This is the brief homily for the 20th of September. Please read the readings before listening to the homily. That second reading is the first of a sequence of 4 second readings we'll have over the next 4 Sundays from Paul's letter to the community in Philippi. He had a great affection for them, and they for him. Philippi was the first place in Europe to hear about the resurrection of Jesus, and it was Paul who told them. He's now in prison, and he doesn't know whether he will be executed or given a different sentence and then free to carry on his missionary work. But he's aware that the way he thinks about it is not what they might expect from someone facing a death sentence. He tells them that he has a longing to complete his life's journey, to follow Christ through death to eternity, to be united with Jesus. But he leaves the choice about when up to God. If he has still useful work to do and the Lord permits him to be spared, then he'll take that. Whatever the sentence is, death or something else, he'll welcome it the same. In that first reading, Isaiah explains that God's way of looking at things is not the same as humanity's. Now that follows directly after that invitation to the wicked and the evil to give up their wickedness and evil. So why then say, because God's thoughts are not yours? Jesus gives us a clue in the gospel. The resentment of those who did a full day's work and got the same reward as those who'd only done an hour, it was a way of illuminating an attitude he was dealing with. There he was, preaching to tax collectors and sinners who were repenting of their sins and making their mind up to leave their wickedness behind. Tax collectors, of course, were not wicked just because they were collecting taxes. It was because they were collecting taxes for the occupying army that had conquered the land. And those who prided themselves on their self-righteousness were a bit resentful. Here was Jesus promising the same reward after their history of sin, the same reward if they repented that those who'd struggled for a lifetime to live good lives were going to get. God's ways are not our ways, his thoughts not our thoughts. People who make up a religion often think of God keeping 2 columns in a big book for everyone, with good deeds on one side and bad deeds on the other, and then he totals them up and that's your fate. Well, no. If a person, even at the 11th hour, even in the final day of their life, chooses to turn their back on their old habits of sin and set foot on the road of goodness, if a person embraces the forgiveness Christ offers and makes up their mind that they're going to live a different life from now on, if that person dies that very day, they will receive the gift of eternal life, just as someone who made that decision 60 years previously will do.